I really, really don't want to be racist or say any derogatory words, but you know what I was about to say. He was a certain fucking custard colored cocksucker, and I really don't like certain people of certain, and it got nothing to do with race. It just got to do with certain, because there's cocksuckers of all shapes, sizes, and shades and shit, right? So I don't even want to be around these fools. And literally on my walk, this fool got one of them sensors, and you can hear the sensor like once you pass in front of his house. It's like dee, 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 dee. Like it's literally like what the fuck. And
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Supervelli, back in the place to be, La Merca Superior, Palace 81 Studios. We in the building, live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. Nine Times. That's funny. I see one of the work vehicles passing by. I didn't know that the route was over here. That's crazy. The more you know. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so it's been a minute since I did the Chicano Syndicate episode. That was already like a long time ago at this point. I mean, 2 weeks is a long time, but when you're as busy as me, it never ends. It just never ends. None of this. It never ends for me, dog. Like doing the fucking podcasts and all. There's just, I feel so corny saying I'm busy and I got too much shit going on. But it's true. I'm literally tired, ankles hurting, don't want to go to work. But whenever somebody says, you know, man, I was going to call in sick today. I wouldn't even want to go to work today. I'm like, well, that's like, do you not want to make money? Like, you know what I mean? So I always think about that. I'm like, do I not want to make money or do I not want to work? Which is it? Like, is it really? Like, in my work, I've never... okay, there's maybe one day I've taken a sick day. But besides that, I've never called out. My attendance is impeccable. You know what I mean? I barely schedule my time off. You know, some people, when they get their time for the new fiscal year and all that shit, people use all their time in one shot and one whoop-de-doo and type shit like that. I fucking spread it out, you know what I mean? Pause. I just like whatever, you know, if cuz you never really know, right? Things happen, sometimes you might need to take time off. So I always conserve my time off for work. So I've literally only used, in the 2 years that I've been working for this particular company, I've only used one sick day off. That's kind of like, you know, and I got super lucky because I think I had used the last of my vacation together before because I think I ended up getting, some sort of, you know, when it's like a 24-hour, they call it 24-hour virus where you're just like sick for a day or some shit like that. Something like that. I got sick and I had called off let's just say that Wednesday, and then I had the rest of the fucking the week off. So I'm like, wow, I'm sick on my fucking time off. That's some fucking bullshit. I always hate that. Like, if you ever get sick on your vacation and all that, like, every other time you're working, you're good. You're ready to go. You never call off and shit. It's always when you're on fucking vacation or when you schedule time off, you get sick. And it's like, wow, for real? Like, this is how we're rocking? this is how the fucking ball gets rolling on my time off. I gotta be sick, make fucking teas, buy soups, only fucking certain breads and shit like that. It's fucking ridiculous. I gotta put my shit on vibrate, or else I'm gonna hear the little piano give me notifications. Like fucking Apple and shit. I really like that though. I really like piano notifications. I don't like people who have dumb sounding notifications on their phone, like Super Mario Brothers notifications where they get a text message. Da, 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 da. Like all that shit is corny. Like stop. Or people with stupid ringtones on their phone. That's another one that'll get me mad as fuck. Like the generic Verizon ringtone or whatever else it is. I literally, my ringtone is a whole song, like a dope I literally can't listen to this song ever just because it's my ringtone. And any other song that's been my ringtone, I can never listen to it because it always makes me think of like waking up, or like my alarm clock for the longest time was Corduroy by Mellow Hype, and I think Tyler, the creator, and Earl Sweatshirt is on it. And just me just bringing up my alarm always brings me back to like high school, because I remember waking up to Corduroy, dun 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 dun, Corduroy, dun 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 dun. That's just, we come through mopping like janitors, smoking Kush nuggets the size of fucking tarantulas, bro. Shout out to fucking Odd Future one time. OF used to mean Odd Future. Now it's OnlyFans. What fucking world we're living in today. 10 years ago, I was super into Odd Future, and I was a super, because they were like the new kids out of LA. You had around this time you had Pro Era, you had ASAP Mob, but nobody really was holding it down for LA except Odd Future. And I get it, looking back. Yes, maybe some of you old heads were right in saying that fucking Odd Future was like the worst shit ever, or like, I don't know. But you gotta think, man, this is like a youth movement. And I wasn't a skater, I wasn't a backpacker or anything. I was still in a Big L. I was still getting into Wu-Tang. I was still, I was still getting into the underground shit. But for contemporary sounds, Odd Future was like, it represented my youth. So all the feelings I had, I felt like Odd Future definitely represented that. So just great music. Earl Sweatshirt, I honestly don't even like their music now. Like none of them really. I think Haji was like one of my my favorite rappers from the group. I don't even think he does music anymore. Like I think just maybe like a month ago or something, I went back and started listening to Haji's. I forgot which. Like, is it the Dina tape or Dena tape, or like I don't even remember. There's one where it's a action figure, his face like on photoshopped on an action figure. Just kind of going back and be like, damn, dog. I remember when these dudes were the shit. I feel like the only two rappers, and I mean even this is back then, that were the biggest at the time were definitely Frank Ocean and Tyler. Maybe for a moment, Frank was doing better than Tyler, but once Tyler started getting on his fashion, started doing the OF Carnival, that became more successful. Definitely 2015, the OF Carnival is what stamped, I feel like, Tyler, the Creator, his like legacy and shit. Who the fuck is this? Is this my mom? Shit. Okay, that's my mom. I was gonna start tripping right now, like that one episode I did. Let me see. So going back to Odd Future, I could remember. It's funny because some people, like, I don't know, I've made some comments about some things, and that has made maybe one or two people disgruntled about my opinions on, or my views on certain people. But to be honest, man, I remember listening to Odd Future, and I'll never forget this one dude. You're listening to Odd Future? You're gay, fool. What the fuck? You're gay, all this shit. Like, I had to be the ass end of dumb jokes just because of who I like listening to. So I thought that was like wild. You know what I mean? I when it comes to like the podcast, you know what I mean? I don't want to say this isn't all the way me, but it's just like, this is what I project to be and all that shit. I don't have to defend myself, but it's just, I just don't want anybody watching my podcast and feeling like these are 100% what I feel all the fucking time. Like, no, bro. Like, if anything, I'm the first one to stand up for other people. Like, because I know what it feels like to get bullied. I wasn't bullied that long. I definitely stood up for myself. I'm a definite advocate in standing up against anybody who wants to cause static. But it was definitely my older family members or older. It was always older people that felt like they could pick on me because I was like the baby of the group or whatever. But that was that, you know what I mean? So I really I had to always develop tough skin because I was around fucking goofballs. Not all the time, but just, you know what I mean? Growing up around certain individuals, it makes you a certain way. So, I didn't even know what my point was all that. Just the point is, I was super into what I was into, and I could care less. Like, I could tell you right now, I kind of dress goofy. I'm not going to lie. Like, while the whole swag, the snapbacks, snake bites, what is it? The earplugs, the flannels, skinny jeans, all that was in. I was piecing up together like outfits that didn't even really go together. Of course, you get the classic Vans, like whatever those low top Vans are. I really wasn't wearing skinny jeans. They were definitely baggy with like streetwise shirts. And I always used to wear like weird like bracelets, like either I'm drug free or whatever. Just, I don't know. I feel like I always had a weird, like a unique style to me. And I feel like that's what people always got it confused with me. I just love being me. I never try to fit into no crowd. I never try to fit in with anybody. I was just always me, man. And I never apologize for being who I am, even if I do say dumb shit or whatever. Like, cause me having to either defend myself or apologize for things that I say, like if I punch you in the face, that's one thing. But if I just say something and I don't all the way mean it, like if it's not like fuck you for real. If it's not that, then like take it with a grain of salt, man. I don't, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I just feel like people take things too seriously, especially when it comes to podcasts, man, because it's not, this is something where I go to like break out of my life and I don't know, man, just kind of entertain y'all, man. So don't take it the wrong way, bruh. Yeah, just growing up as a kid, I was just always unique. Especially when I moved over here, people did not want to fuck with me. And I just feel like because I carried that aura of like, maybe don't fuck with me energy or something like that. Maybe. I get that now with the music. I've heard somebody say like, you have like, don't fuck with me energy. And it's probably true. Maybe when I was a kid, I don't know. But that's because I was, especially like around like my senior year, I was like always hanging out with my older cousins. I was hanging out with older people. So I really had to like, I don't know, not chip on my shoulder, but like really like had to toughen up, you know what I mean? Versus like the other kids, especially younger than me in high school and shit, they were like super. I remember looking at them being like, dog, I was not even like that, even as a sophomore, even as a whatever, you know what I mean? I did have my moments where I fucked around and I goofed off and shit, but it was never, I felt like I try to always be, like I just try to grow up too fast. Not that I try to grow up too fast, but like I just try to act older than what I was, you know what I mean? And like I even look at some of my older videos, either whether they be on like Vine or or just looking back in my life, and I think like I didn't really have to do that, you know what I mean? But due to the circumstances, like whether it was like my grandma, like staying with my grandma, and there was a point where my grandma just didn't uh there was a point where I didn't like that my grandma, like what my grandma made, or just certain shit like that. So I felt like I had to take it upon myself to really hold my own in life. So that's why I felt like just being a Capricorn, and I really think it's corny when people be like, "Oh, I'm a Capricorn, so da 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 da." But it's at least true for me. Like being a Capricorn, I really felt like I had to look out for myself. My parents were always working, so I had to fucking pretty much teach myself a lot of things. Not everything, but a lot of things that I don't want to pass down to my kids. Not that it's bad, but it's just like I wasn't taught a lot, so I had to teach myself. And that's good. That's good in a lot of ways. That's bad in a lot of ways, but I mean that's better in some, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the kids now, they're born with iPads and AI fucking VR generated goggles and all this other weird shit that I'm just like, yo, I remember as a kid I would go outside and fall and eat shit, riding my bike. I remember walking to the park, being at the park all the time, being with my family, just doing normal kid shit to me that I feel like isn't normal kid shit today, Like I actually had an imagination. Like we would go outside and pretend like the tree is a castle, and we would make like fucking wooden swords, and we would storm the castle type shit like that. Like I literally remember that, riding on quads. I remember my uncle, he had like a few quads. We would ride around. Fortunately, and now like I think as a kid, I remember when I was like a little ass kid, I wanted to be either a policeman. No, I think I wanted to be a police officer, but then that changed and I wanted to be a firefighter because I felt like the police was more like the authority, like as a kid, just like I don't know, I felt like they just told people what to do versus like a firefighter, you're actually out there saving lives. I mean, as the police, you are saving lives, but as a firefighter, you're directly in the line of fire, literally, like helping people out. So now kids want to be YouTubers and influencers and all this weird shit. I'll never forget when I took my journalism class and we studied that. Like I forgot what group of kids. I don't want to say it was like little kids, like maybe 5 or 6, but I know for a good majority, like the youngsters, maybe let's just say 10 to 18, they wanted to be YouTubers. And I remember thinking like that's preposterous. Like what can the average kid do to make videos on YouTube? And granted, at the time, in my opinion, the most successful YouTubers were like rappers or like I can't even think of it now, but just you had to be somebody, right? To be on YouTube. Now anybody could be on YouTube. I'm on fucking YouTube. But is it because I wanted to be a fucking YouTuber? No, it's because I wanted to have a creative outlet, to be creatively expressive, and that's just what fell down the line. Like literally YouTube was the last thing I started doing. I literally started doing everything fucking else. I got shit in my eye, Jesus Christ. First came the music, then I started making clothes, then whatever, producing, executive produce, all the music shit, right? Making clothes, whatever. Then I started being on YouTube. Like, YouTube was the farthest thing from my mind. It was just the furthest thing from my mind. So God bless all the kids today, because I already know they're in some fucking bullshit. I already know we're living, like I say, we're living in super weird times. I don't understand it. I really don't understand shit that goes on in the news. I really don't understand with laws being passed, certain laws, just certain things. And I'm literally outside. It's not like I'm one of these like, oh, I read a book or I'm in the news. No, I'm outside and I'm looking at just society in my everyday life, and I'm just like, this is fucking weird. I literally play Pokemon Go every day at this certain park, and it's so weird because there's a fire hydrant and there's like at least one car space or like 3/4 of a car space and the fire lane and like the mailbox. Why did they start putting the fire lane in front of a mailbox? That is fucking dumb. Like, God forbid you have to make the mailman stop in the middle of the street to deliver mail. Like, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? God forbid the mailmen have to actually stop in the middle of the fucking street like every other delivery driver to drop their shit off. So, this is what happened. There's a space before the mailbox. That was my favorite parking spot because you could spin a Pokestop in front of you and behind you, and that was my favorite spot, so I could spin them both. If you don't play Pokemon Go, a Pokestop just means you spin it and you get fucking extra bonuses in the game, right? Certain items that help you in the game, right? In a nutshell. Well, what started happening was the neighbor would watch me and he would start parking his car in that spot so I wouldn't park there. So what did I do? I started fucking parking behind that car. Well, what did this asshole do? Got another car to park it right there. So what did I do? I started parking in between the fire hydrant and the fire lane. And this is a new community. I've been walking around this neighborhood since before they built houses there. So literally, I've helped build the community, right? Yes, that's a statement I just fucking said. I helped build the community. I walked around, say hello to people, and I'm not like a paranoid. This is what I'm saying. There's fucking weird people out there today that just sit in their house all day with the fucking blinds open in every window, and they're just fucking, they're looking at you. Oh, he's right there. Oh, he's right there. Go call the fucking tow man. You know what I mean? Like, literally, they put a note on my windshield like, you cannot park in front of a fire hydrant. I wasn't even in front of the fire hydrant. I was next to it or in the fire lane. Okay, my fucking tires were in the red zone. You're gonna fucking call the tow truck guy because my fucking back tires were in front of the red zone? Or fucking I was next to the fire. So literally, I don't even park near that fucking place anymore. I really, really don't want to be racist or say any derogatory words. But you know what I was about to say. He was a certain fucking custard colored cocksucker. And I really don't like certain people of certain, and it got nothing to do with race. It just got to do with certain, because there's cocksuckers of all shapes, sizes, and shades and shit, right? So I don't even want to be around these fools. And literally on my walk, this fool got one of them sensors, and you can hear the sensor like once you pass in front of his house. It's like dee, 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 dee. Like, it's literally like, what the fuck? And I don't know why he did this, but I passed by this fool's house, in front of this fool's house. Like, I'm not even saying like, you know how you have the house and then it's the street right in front of your house? No, the street, across the street on the sidewalk. That's how far this fool set the motion sensor. So literally anyone walking across the street, it's dee, 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 like this fool's like recording you, right? And every day I'm like, well, fuck this fool. If that's how he's gonna do it, he's gonna have to fucking, because it's loud. It's not like quiet. It's literally, I can hear this shit across the street. So I know his fucking neighbors to the left, to the right, maybe a house fucking down, can hear this fool and his bird chirping ass security cameras, his half bullshit ass Inspector Gadget maggot ass camera system setup. And guess what? To the people out there, yeah, it might scare some amateur ass, robbers and shit like that. But if somebody's targeting you, watching you, they're not gonna give a fuck about a camera. they're not gonna care if you have Protection 180T, whoever else. I'm not gonna plug y'all company name. They're not gonna care. They don't care if you have the bat signal posted up. They don't care if you have the bat signal on the roof of your house. They're gonna come in with loaded and ready to go to take whatever they want or to do whatever they want with you, bro. Because when you got a shotty in your face or an AR, right, with a fucking 100 clip. There's nothing you can do. Even me locked and loaded. If someone comes in with like a hundred drum, I'm probably just gonna. I mean, at that point, I'd already start shooting. But I mean, I would hope so. You just never know. Knock on wood, that shit don't happen. But you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that's gonna be prepare you for these things. Like, if you know that I live around the area and I'm walking around, why are you so paranoid? Like, I don't understand it. Paranoid people are like the death of society, bro, because they inflict their hysteria, their paranoia on other people, and it just creates more paranoid people. And then now you done created a society of fucking weirdos, bro. Like, I feel like the system enables people to do dumb shit just because. Like, why can't we just talk about and literally they left a note saying that they were gonna tow my car. They like I remember this dude in his truck, because I watch everything. I notice everything. I'm not one of these tontos out here. Like, I see, obviously you could tell. I get empirical data, use my inference. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, I get the vibe, right? So there would be this truck parked with the engine on. That's how I knew. Had this dude just cut the engine, because I couldn't tell, because people, they get them blacked out windows, so you can't see jack shit. Like, especially, maybe even if you're inside, like, it's hard to tell, like, you know, especially shit that's far away. You're like, what the fuck is that? I don't know, because I have fucking, you know, blacked out ass limo tint windows. But I could tell because his car would always be on, and he would park right on the street I'd be walking around in, and I'd be like, either one, he just came back from work, the store, whatever, and he's gonna go in his house, or he's gonna leave for work, or leave just in general, right? But a few laps around the neighborhood, you're sitting in your car for 20 minutes, that's weird. That's suspect. That is plausible, that's probable cause for fucking whatever, reasonable doubts, however these weird phrases and things they say them, right? So this fool hops out on me, hey, I know you walk around here, we don't know where you're from and all this shit, but the neighbors feel weird about you. First of all, who are these neighbors? Because to me, that sounds like you could pull out an Elder Scroll of signatures of, yeah, these are all the neighbors that think you're weird. If it's one dude that's paranoid because I park in front of his fucking house, then he could suck 5 fucking dicks and his mama too, bruh. Because that shit's lame to me, bruh. Like, why can't we just talk about, like, if he has a problem with me, then let him come out and we'll have a problem with me. But literally, when this fool said that, he was like, yeah, you know what I mean? You see that right there? That's Ontario PD. And I look, and this fool literally called the cops, and they were just posted. I had noticed before that the cops would circle around that area, and I always wondered, like, who are they looking for? Like, that's weird. Every day at 9 in the morning when I'm walking, the cops are coming around doing the rounds. That's weird. It's not like this fucking area has a crime rate or anything like that, you know? Now thinking about it, there was like a fucking a halfway house, right? There was a halfway house over there. But even still, bro, I've been walking around since before people even knew that halfway house was there. And people got all crazy about it because there was a pedophile there and there were kids and shit like that. Like, okay, I get it, protests and all that. But literally, I'm walking around where there's children. If I was a fucking super maniac, the fucking time to strike there would have been signs like me, hey, you want some candy? Like, oh, what's your name? You know what I mean? Do you like fucking SpongeBob? Like, no, I'm over here dolo trying to get my walk in and get the fuck out. It's not like I'm over here trying to introduce myself to every fucking, 5th grader or any shit like that. So that's why I get mad, because people are dumb as fuck and they don't know how to talk to other people. So literally, I didn't say shit to this fucking Levi. I was literally looking at him like, and he was like, what? Like, why are you just looking at me quiet? I'm like, because I'm ready for you to finish. Like, is that it? Or whatever. He's like, do we have a problem or whatever? And I literally just left him. And, you know, I moved my car around the block. This motherfucker starts following me. He's like the captain of the cocksucking neighborhood watch. And I'm like, yo, if this fool, like, you know what I mean? I just like took a quick like video of him like following me. I'm like, I'm gonna, like, anytime that I feel like I'm being harassed, I'm gonna just videotape this fool. That's some halfway snitch shit, but I'm not even in the game. So it's like, why are you fucking being a dick and like following me and shit? And he rolled down his window, hey, you want my name too? And I was like, I wanted to be like, fuck you, dog. Like, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm like, man, you feel so safe in your truck videotaping me or whatever the fuck you're doing. You feel so safe. Hop up out that truck and say that in my face and see if we don't have a problem, bruh. Because I swear to God, if I wasn't trying to live on a righteous path, if I was just like one of my other cousins or what, I would have beat the fuck out of this fool. But literally, I don't even like that shit. I don't like fighting. Like, that shit is part of like that shit is the past with me. Like, I don't want no problems with nobody. Like, I don't. Literally, the way people go about certain things is not even conducive to any sort of positive movement that I'm trying to get with. So this fool, thank God, he never like fuck with me again. But I literally know what car he drives, the color, the model, the license number. Because I'm observant like that. And when I feel like when I feel like I'm like endangered, no, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign for anybody. So just to anybody out there, just to conclude this, man, be aware of your surroundings, you know, and really just protect yourself at all costs. Lie if you have to. Whatever it is, the cops tell you, you know what I mean? If fucking weirdos around you, lie, you know what I mean? Am I right, Presley, or am I wrong? I'm right? I swear to God, I wish I had a camera for him. He just fucking popped out of his blanket just to see what was going on with me. I'm sorry, boy, I'm getting riled up just because it's like, why are people like this? I don't understand. Where did this come from? When did people just start becoming fucking paranoid? Oh, man. Oh, wow. My bad. I gotta handle this shit. I gotta text this shit. Yeah. So I'm gonna do like this cipher thing. I'm sorry, I'm distracted, but you know, I'm supposed to get on the song with the homies, and they sent a beat, and they just said that I'm in a group chat, so they were like, yeah, fucking, we can't use this beat, we gotta use another one. And I'm like, nah, send another beat, a better one. Yeah, I don't care. Like, I really. When they sent the beat, I'm like, I could have made a better beat than that. No disrespect to the producer out there, but it's just like, a beat's a beat. I've had songs like that where I've done a song and the producer was like, you can't put that out because it's used by somebody else. Fine, I'll take it down. Like, I get that music is to be shared, but I understand that I wouldn't want that being done to me, so I wouldn't do that to nobody else. It happens, bro. I'm not gonna be, especially if it's a B, I think is like a C plus or some shit. No, get it the fuck out of here. If I don't have to, like, especially since I didn't even write to that shit yet, you know. Let me see. Fuck, this shit's blowing up. Whatever. I'm gonna put my phone down now. I didn't even expect. I was expecting this podcast to go totally differently. Happy birthday, Sean Price. Sean P. Yo, literally, Sean P was the fucking gold standard of rapping for me. He's the reason why he was the number one lyricist I looked up to when I started rapping. And then crazy enough, March 1st of this year was 9 years me rapping. I literally remember the first song I made ever 9 years ago was a love song, Cry Me a River. It took me like 27 takes to do it. Now I'm if there's a song where I got to do like 5 or 6 takes, that's where it was like the energy was off, but I still did it. Now I'm doing songs in like 2-3 takes. 3 takes max. There's literally songs where I'm one taking this shit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe I'll just do a quick run through. I'll do it. All right, sounds good to me. Next. You know what I mean? I don't as far as me, I was about to start shitting on people, but like, you know, if you have to do more than 3 takes, but everyone's creative process is different. You know, I know Dr. Dre, he's made artists do like 1,000 takes. To be honest, man, I don't know if I could be in the studio with Dr. Dre if he would make me do like, nah, do it again. Like, I spit my heart out. Do it again? Ah, man, are you fucking for real? Could we just vocal comp this shit? Like, what are we trying to do here? But I understand. Exhibit has this story where I forgot what song it was, but he was like, Dre wanted him to sound like a preacher or something. He was like, I forgot what song it is. Forgive me, Exhibit, for that song. But I think Snoop even said the same thing. Like, no, like, do it again. I need more of this. Say it like this. Say it like that. That's really dope. But me, I'm just like, I'm however it goes down, it goes down. If I think it's good enough, you know, that's dope. The only time I ever feel like I should have done a verse again is if like maybe I should have put more energy. Maybe I should have wrote this one line better, something else. Maybe I should have rapped over a different beat. But besides that, for the most part, I'm really happy with the music I make. And you got to be happy with the music you make, bruh. It doesn't have to be super serious all the time. My best sessions are when I'm literally having fun and fucking around. Like Bing Bong, the remix I did, shout out to Nems. That's my favorite session I've ever done in my whole career of music making. And that's literally like that song is 2 years old at this point. And it's literally because I'm just having fun, you know. Yeah, I just had fun with it. It wasn't super serious. You know, you got to have them serious songs, right? Messages, things like that. But that song in particular, it was just a fun song to me. And that's the most fun I ever had. And I think that's what's missing in music today, to where it's just like, it's fun. You know what I mean? And I'm not a fun rapper. Like, you know, I'm not like one of these, you know, hippity dippity shits like that, because it's already out there. So what can I make? What can I contribute to the world that's going to be different from everything else that's going on? That's my opinion. Happy birthday to Sean Price. One of the greatest of all time. I'll say his solo work is better than his Helter Skelter with Rock. Hit those songs. And it's funny because I still haven't heard the whole Magnum Force and the Incredible Rap Team, that album. And I want to say that's their last album together as Helter Skelter. But literally, songs in the key of Price. The whole PF Cuttin mix is hard. Jesus Price Superstar is one of my favorites. Monkey Bars is hard. I think Mike Tyson is it's cool. Kimball Price, cool. Is it called Master P? Sean Price Master P or whatever shit. That's a cool mixtape. But definitely my top 3 Sean P albums have to be Songs in the Key of Price, Jesus Price Superstar, and maybe Monkey Bars. Let me look this up. Y'all know I'm not that professional up in here. Let's see, Sean Price albums. Of course, Okay, Imperious Rex. That one was cool. Okay, Donkey Sean Jr. was good. And then he had a shitload of EPs. He had that album with Random Acts, but definitely Monkey Bars, Jesus Price, and Songs in the Key of Price are my top 3 songs. Obviously, my favorite album from Helter Skelter is Nocturnal. And to me, he still has the best album on that. Best song on that album. The song is literally called Sean Price, which is fucking crazy. Like, Sean Price has a song as Ruck with Rock called Sean Price on the first album, which is fucking funny as fuck. Rest in peace to Sean Price, man. One of my favorite just MCs. Just like, if there was any rapper I would have loved to do a song with, it would definitely have been Sean. You know, next after that would have been Prodigy. Just his influence, his style, the way he changed the game. Like, both pioneered. Like, Sean literally put a whole label on his back and went crazy. Prodigy just originated and revolutionized so much that is like, you could see, like, when they say, you know, you could see the DNA, like the thumbprint in culture today. It's true, man. Like, Sean Price is fucking dope, bro. I'll definitely say, if I could just name the top 5 songs from Sean off of my head, is it Imperious Rex? The song Imperious Rex? That song is hilarious. You know, George Papadopoulos knocking the pop a nigga Papalis, popping shit, you know, whatever. That song is fucking hilarious, featuring his daughter. I'll say that. Of all time, though, Like You, Monkey Bars, Shakedown, Violent. Shout out to Advis. We were just talking about that song too. And it's funny because I don't even know the songs by heart. Stop. You better stop and think about. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, you know what? My favorite album has to be Jesus Christ Superstar. Yeah. Look at the mess you made. You can't get a job. Yeah, mess you made is hard. Stop. Violent. It's violent. It's violent. One. Fuck, dude. Like, that album has like bangers on there. Church. Oops upside your head. You know. Move your time. Why this rap shit don't pay enough? Yeah, Crisis, Ninth Wonder, hard, bruh. I mean, yeah, Peabody. You know, we punch potholes and pretenders. Pay attention, it's gonna pop off. Body your beat. Anybody get body when it's beef. And introducing, like, that's literally, Rock is literally probably why. You know, let me look up the lyrics because I don't want to fuck it up. But Rock, let's see, Peabody, Sean Price lyrics. Because Rock starts every line or every word with a P. And that's literally what I started doing because it just, yeah. Pound for pound, perfection and punch potholes and pretenders. Pay attention, it's gon' pop off. Body get beat, embody the street. Anybody get body when it's beef. Introducing Peabody. Yeah, bruh, that shit is hard. So that's why you'll hear that and you'll hear, hey yo, semi 7-6 out with snake shot, semi solid. That's literally because, why is the light like that? That's literally because of Rock, bro. You see the fucking light when it's going fucking, it's all dark and light. Jesus Christ, look at me. I look like a fucking glazed Krispy Kreme donut, bro. Jesus fucking Christ. Love me some Sean Price, bro. No, definitely number one influence of me coming up. I remember my uncle being like, listening to my music, oh, that's boot camp right there. You know what I mean? Just my whole style. And people, I've gotten compared to like Rock Marcy and my two favorites I always get are always Jay-Z and Big Pun, because I like, those are two really dope rappers that are awesome, but they didn't, like, I wasn't a student of them, right? Like, I'm not bumping Big Pun or Jay-Z fucking every day, or they're not in my regular rotation. I just never really went down their fucking music discographies. It was more so like Mobb Deep, CNN, shit like that. So yeah, when I get that, I think it's dope. I always get Big Pun and Jay-Z, and I love that because I understand what they meant to the culture, their influences. They're two great artists, but Sean Price for me will always I will always hold Sean P in such a high regard because I don't know, man, he just revolutionized the game. He put Duck Down on his back. You know, while everybody was trying to do different shit or like conform, Sean was like, fuck that, bruh. Like, we're gonna keep it street. We're gonna keep it this. Like, we're gonna maintain the traditional values of hip hop, and that's what I love, and that's why I'll always stay the way. Like, I'll always stay true to myself because there was somebody doing that already. You know what I mean, before me, and I feel like Sean and I feel like I'll never be better than Sean. I could always be better than me, and I never really strive to be better than nobody else, even as corny as that sounds. But just Sean Price was just on a different level. His fucking, the way he would piece rhymes together, he was super fucking funny. And I feel like had he had his own podcast, he would like be like the number one hip hop podcast. Look at the light. There we go. Talking about Sean, the God. My favorite Sean Price song, if I had to nail it down to one, because that's hard, man. I'll say right now, just for the fuck of it, what is it? God damn it, what's that song off Master P? Gather Round Mother... Oh, the Huckabuck. That's a super weird-ass song name, too. Gather round, motherfuckers, and stop the bullshitting for I go gun-ho, forward and fifthing. Crazy. Like, just... He was just... There's never going to be anybody like Sean Price. Rest in peace to Sean Price. Happy birthday to the God. Message of the day, man. It is... Like... I don't know. I don't even know what to say. The message of the day is just simply, man, like, give flowers to your predecessors. No style is original. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing new under the sun. So for me, Sean P will always be that person that influenced me to do what I'm doing now. Even with the podcast. Like, even, you know what I mean? I might not give him 100% credit because there's so many other rappers that helped me, that influenced me to do what I do. But just from the beginning, Sean P was like the God. He was like the gospel. He was like, how do I do, like, how can I rap like this? How can I write like that? How can I put funny bars? How can I put punchlines, jokes, like everything? You know what I mean? Message of the day is, bruh, like, literally Sean P was the GOAT to me. You know what I mean? This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.